there is a place where the disc golfer can travel to and will find a paradise. A place with rolling hills, trimmed grass, and rippling water. Some will travel here for that chance to compete and be crowned with glory, to be called champion. And at the same time, rejuvenate themselves with community, family, and friends. A place where everyone can make memories that will last a lifetime. Here, that disc golfer can find everything they need to make their dreams come true. So join us and experience an event like you've never seen before. We look forward to seeing you at the St. Louis Open. Hello and welcome back to Crew 42's coverage of the 2025 St. Louis Open, sponsored by MVP Disc Sports. This is our MPO Feature Card, our back nine here at Logan University here in Chesterfield, Missouri. Joining with me on the commentator's mic, I still have this guy, Frank Smith, with me. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Zach.
Yeah?
Doing better after watching the front nine from
Love
these
it.
guys.
And if you haven't already, please consider liking, subscribing, and if you're in the area, support all the amazing people and organizations that support events like this. Helps us get to those events as well as just supports the players, and we love supporting event runners, TDs, and players. Score-wise, Aidan and Jonathan putting together a nice round.
Yep. I think you said, what, 5 down? Is where you want to
I think 5 to 6 is where you're reasonably aiming. 7 is you're putting a pace together.
That's awesome.
You're looking for that 12 to 13 range to really set a pace. Hole 10's another par 4, a little softer on the distance. The reason it's a par 4 is because you can see the lake on the left.
Oh, yeah.
And that's roll-away potential. And then you can see the water on the right.
Yep.
And I have to apologize to someone right now. GT Hancock, I'm so sorry. He saw the coverage from last year, decided to practice this hole.
Okay.
The drone was a little low last year, so you couldn't see the water on the right. And he threw one of his best destroyers in the water.
Wait, is it the baby Bradley Williams baby red one?
Maybe.
Okay, because he just shredded me earlier this year with that disc.
Aidan with a really nice forehand out the gap. You just got to pitch it out there. A couple scraggly branches there, but
that branch would make me angry.
I understand that. It is short enough, though, where John can
go under it, definitely. I would definitely hit that.
That's too easy to avoid. I'm going to smack it.
Wow, he has a big forehand.
Yeah. Taylor has a surprising forehand power, and he's gotten himself into circle 2. Wow. He's going to have a putt. And I would say that this would be a bonus eagle because of the fear factor involved with it. And here's my apology again. GT decides to lay up after learning about it.
Sorry, GT.
I'm the worst person ever, and I love GT so much. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do the best I can, okay?
Even though John was very short off the tee, this approach is pretty easy for any forehand player.
Mm-hmm. And so he's going to be by the basket. Little plateau where the basket is, too, so sets nicely. This is looking good if it sits on the plateau. Sure.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
15-footer.
Yeah.
I will say I love the position of this basket where it is on flat ground.
Where you can lay it up.
You can actually land there and not expect to roll away.
Ooh, I can't wait to show you in the next hole now.
Oh, boy.
You keep whispering about stuff. I'm like, oh, the next hole does this.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
The forehand guy.
Love this.
That's so awesome from Taylor.
And again, I think you talked about this in the front nine where you said there's some hole 8 was the local favorite because they have the practice here.
Yep.
I think Taylor has an advantage because he knows what disc to throw when the wind is down to stay a safer shot. And he got himself a bonus eagle, and he's 3 strokes back from a guy who's won 3 A-tiers in a row, and Aidan, who's the defending champion and a more than capable player in the field. As we move over to hole 11, water carry off the tee. I wish I could tell you exactly how far that initial water carry just to get next to that trash can is. I want to say 240, 250.
I was going to say it looks about 250.
And then from there, we swing around the corner, and then we see the basket on the edge of this hill. The top of the ridge is pretty flat. It's about 8 feet wide.
It's a nice berm.
Most players will throw a stable disc at the tree line.
Okay.
Land on the hill, roll to the bottom of the hill, pitch up, and then try to get a birdie putt from there.
This is very hole 1 Lake Eureka-esque.
Yes.
Just without the...
Much more manageable.
Yeah, the distance.
And this is right around, and there it goes.
There's the roll
down
you're
the
talking
hill.
about.
And luckily, the grass is usually a little thicker, so the rolls aren't horrible, and it stays on the edge of the tree line. And Aidan gets a little messed up there.
He looked away like he didn't like it, but I'm loving that.
There it goes.
Sit.
There is a drainage creek, but
oh my goodness,
I can't imagine anyone ever gets to it.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. I wouldn't be surprised to see John lay up here.
So you can kind of like go for the plateau.
Yeah.
That is a legit shot you can go for. John's trying to kind of land on it. And I think it's safer to play a little deeper because
I think so too.
That's the worst.
Well, man, that looked great. No roll, very little roll there.
Mm-hmm. And I know GT likes to go for the plateau. And he plays a little more ante to it, something stable.
Oh, that's got to go.
Oh, he's got all the power.
Oh, yeah.
He's just trying to...
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
You get the height right out of your hand, you can't mess that up.
And now he gets the ability to approach however he wants.
Yep.
This is a little tight, coming a little short for Taylor.
That same putt as the last hole, just with a little more trickiness with this hyzer putt.
A little slanted green, too. Not quite easy footing, I'll say. This should be okay. 15 feet or so, yeah.
Yep.
It feels a little scary because if you lift the disc and it goes to the top of that hill, there's not a whole lot to stop it from going.
Yeah. This is the rewarding part about throwing that shot. I mean, he gets to jump putt.
We couldn't... Aidan didn't know where his disc landed, so they were looking at the edge for a minute. I didn't realize what he was doing. I was like, no, you got to keep going. You're way left.
Going.
How did I get here? I was like, you just did. Just throw.
Taylor to go back-to-back circle 2. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
And he has caught himself in a good rhythm here on the back 9. Hopefully he can keep up that momentum as we hit. You know, I would say these next 2 holes after this are birdies by execution.
Okay.
You just have to do the thing. If you don't birdie them, it's because you didn't execute very reasonable shots, basic shots at times. This one right here, hole 12, 623 is a little more distance. There's really no OB to speak of outside of the road on the left. The big mistake is to hit the tree cluster on the left, trying to go, or on the right side for the big power shot. If you land on this hill, you're doing fine.
Okay.
Big powers, GT, Aidan, they're trying to land here, short of the tree, so they can try to kind of push it past the tree line and get into the green. Because the farther back you are, the harder it is. I don't think farther right makes that shot easier.
Okay.
Because I think some people are talking, well, you can throw off to the right, and then you have some gaps. I'm like, well, you narrow all the gaps. They all get skinnier from the trees.
Yep. That makes sense.
I don't know what the best approach is outside of just...
Smash.
Yeah. Big smash. Just there's no punishment outside of you shanking it hard right into those trees. That would be the disaster.
Right. This is pumped. I mean,
he got big on.
That's pumped. That right gap that I'm looking at with a little backhand hyzer, forehand turnover looks ideal. So he's in the perfect spot.
The only risk, again, it's just a reasonable like you're a pro. Throw it with the limited ceiling.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Yep.
If you can and you can push it into the green, you're going to get a birdie. If you can't control the height or whatever, you run the risk of not being able to get into the green.
Shout out the scorecard for being 9 down through the last, 2
holes. 8 scores recorded.
Yeah.
And so GT's a little short of there, and this is totally fine.
Yeah.
In fact, I've seen players in the past take the forehand with the power lines. I think that's absolutely insane. You just put so much into play.
Wow. Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't seen anyone really do this. I might be spoiling a little bit. Where GT is, I almost like the just straight up and down spike hyzer.
Yeah. Right through that right side gap.
Yeah. And I mean up and over it.
Yeah.
Over everything.
Okay.
GT says, no, I'm good.
That works just fine.
I'm going to put it under the basket instead, Zach. But I'm surprised I don't see more people try to just go up and over.
Yeah. Even like if you were good at grenades.
Yeah. 100%.
It could work well for you.
Or hear me out. you can do what these guys just
Yeah,
did.
this seems to be a great play too. One thing that's nice about this grass is you're not seeing a lot of skips out of it. And so for a lot of these guys, they know that if they get the disc on the right line, then they're going to be fine, which is a really comforting feeling as, someone with accuracy but wanting a short putt. You just throw it to the basket. And if you're a little high, a little low, you're all right.
Mm-hmm. Taylor leaving that one a little more teeth on it than he wants.
You don't love this putt unless you're Taylor.
Unless you just tap it in.
You love it.
It was an easy putt. What are you talking about?
Also, shout out the fact that he has 3 discs in his hand after that. And that's not fun.
Second miss for Aidan. He's had a couple shorties not go in for him. Jon gets his birdie, and we're seeing our 2 leaders finally see a little separation. Feels like they've been tied this whole time.
They have. It's 'cause they have.
They trade for a hole, and then it comes back. We'll see if Aidan can get that stroke back right now. Hole 13. I like this hole a lot. OB right on the creek. OB deep along the creek. It winds off to the left and kicks this corner. You want to get as far as you can, and then the dog leg's right. So there's an opening deep of this corner. I don't think forehand is the play because you tend to pinch yourself. You want to throw backhand and have a longer approach, but a better angle. And again, limited ceiling. So it's really manageable, but it's uphill. So you kind of want to throw it at the hill and let it stop.
Right.
But then you bring the low ceiling to play. So I think it works well between. You just have to make sure you don't throw OB. That's the key.
It feels like disc golf as a whole, doesn't it? Just don't throw out of bounds.
Yeah.
This is great. It's going to give him a nice big mouth into the green.
Yeah, and anything next to the shade where the catch cam is, this is great. And you're going to see the pan. He's got a forehand approach if he wants. He can go backhand. He'll have options. That's a great landing zone.
Jon's good enough. He could probably throw it upside down if he wanted to.
I mean, he's done it once today.
Yeah.
So is GT.
Which
threw that a little high.
It's a little high. It's not as turned over as he wants. This is definitely farther than you want on this green. But, man, for a guy of his caliber, I'd expect to see a putter or mid thrown within 15 feet of the basket.
So let me ask you this, because you throw farther than I do. If giving himself, because there's no OB on the left to speak of. If he can get himself farther left, which is a farther shot, does that mean he gives his disc more opportunity to sink under the ceiling?
Yeah, so I was thinking about that on the last hole. For me personally, when I see a hole that has a tight mouth, a tight ceiling, I don't necessarily think being close is always helpful because, I mean, you can... I seem to mess up shorter shots more often than I mess up further shots. And so for GT, if he's comfortable throwing a disc 250 with a putter, then he's probably comfortable throwing a fairway 350. And so he's looking at that shot and he's just going up disc and then throwing the same exact shot he would throw from short. So, I mean, yes and no. I don't think being close is bad. Obviously, it'd be nice. But I also don't think being bad is... being farther away is that bad. Also, that would have been awesome.
Oh, that would have been cool. Taylor trying to scare the basket, get himself more under par than number of holes he's played in this back.
That would be awesome. Yeah, and Jon to 15 feet.
Yeah, I think GT's approach was he's trying to swing that a little wider and then just clipped it a little too inside.
GT's good, though. Oh no.
Don't you do it.
Sit.
You know, he's had, I think, 2 or 3 putts that have gone off cage. Those 3 putts would be a big difference right now, putting him at 6 rather than 3 down right now. And especially when you have guys like Jon and Aidan who are just...
lighting it up.
Yeah, just can't be stopped.
What's tricky about GT here is he's dug himself a hole really quick. And when you don't have as much golf as you want to play... it's really tricky to gain those strokes back. And out at a course like this, where most holes are pretty gettable, there's not a lot of score separation. You got to have the tweener holes to actually get the score separation.
You have to get the 8s, you have to get the 9s, you have to get those holes that are a little more luck-based.
Like, for example, hole 13 was birdied by 75% of people.
Sure.
And so for GT to lose a stroke there, I mean, he's losing a stroke to
a lot of people.
48 birdies.
Yeah. Hole 14, straight uphill, pick your gap, right hand, forehand.
Oh, what?
Apparently, the basket phased out of existence just for Jon's disc. Let's take another look at that one, because that was...
How does this miss?
This is a great line that Jon puts it on. Into the dirt, pop up, and he's deep in the basket by less than 6 inches.
That's awful. Because if it hits one chain there, it goes in.
We're going to see Jon's reaction here from the main cam. Ooh! He knew. Ooh, that was close.
Man.
That was close.
Another example of where an ace like that isn't necessarily bad. It's
right.
just that's all luck.
I would argue
perfectly.
All forehand or all uphill aces
Yep.
are the only ones that are calculated.
Nice little tree love there for Taylor.
Even GT's Albatross ace, the par 4 on top of that hill, was over his head. This was years ago.
Is this a real thing? I haven't seen that.
Not GT's, I'm sorry, GG.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
With the 400 footer or whatever. Right, because that was the play. Either threw a spike into the hill.
Right. Aidan leaded himself a little more than he wants on this shorty, but
that's fine for him. He's only missed the shorties.
Yeah,
he hasn't missed the tough putts.
It's the 15-footers, not the 30-footers. I like this gap. I think
I do too.
It settles safely, whereas the forehand, like we saw with
There's
both Taylor and Jon, it's skippy.
There's only one problem with this gap, and GT found it. It's that the left side branch dangles in front of the basket.
Oh, he's down on. Oh, that branch right next to the bucket.
He has. Yeah, it just completely covers the basket. If he's 3 feet left or right, it's totally open basket. Oh. He landed in the one line you can't land in. Oh. And I mean, GT, who's not played particularly well for this round, getting himself in a good motion on the back nine, gets kind of halted a little bit with some bad luck.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to feel for him on that one. It feels like insult to injury.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not playing good. You throw a decent drive. You don't even have a putt. You're like, come on.
I'd even say it's worse because he didn't play particularly well in the front nine, has gotten himself in a good position in the back nine. Right?
Yeah.
He can shoot 5, 6, 7 down in the back nine and get himself back in this a little bit. And now all of a sudden, he's behind more.
Yeah.
Hole 15. This is the hole of nightmares.
Yeah, I hate this already.
This is, you see that tree on the left side? You throw your most overstable forehand disc at it.
It's this tree right here on the right.
Higher than that branch the drone just went under and get into the green.
Oh, and then this sloped green. What a hole.
This is...
I want to see this from the tee's perspective.
It only gets worse.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you. What is happening?
This is a definition of a scoring separating hole.
Yeah, this is the kind of hole that GT needs.
Yeah, to get lucky and get through. He can get stroke on the card. There's so much in the way. There's
so much in the way.
It's a tough ask. This is not good.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Good
Probably
kick.
A good tree there, yep.
I almost would prefer that the whole, I think it's 7. Yeah, hole 7 that comes up that little short dinger hole is right next to this one. I almost would like to see a painted line OB left. That if you get kicked left, it's insult to injury and add more. But I'm a TD that likes to punish players unreasonably.
You and Nate Heinold get along well. Hopefully he never hears that.
He just brings me in. It's like, he says, okay, I've added 10 miles of OB. And I go, no, more OB.
Please. Yeah, this is a nightmare hole. I would 100% agree. This feels like let's just toss it up there at 297 feet and hope we get lucky.
I will say that where Aidan landed is probably the most dangerous position. If you get to the bottom of the hill where you can see the basket, you get a run at it. From Aidan's position, you have to like navigate an impossible gap, right? GT.
This looks terrible.
Let's add insult to injury. He hits the gap mostly, but inside, and now has to lay up.
Oh, man.
I mean, he just can't buy a break.
Also, to go 6 down. So he knocked that branch off. If I'm him, I'm reaching out to groundskeeping and asking for, a little money for the coursework he's doing. Because this hole needs some trees
He
removed.
did see the branch before he putted.
Okay.
And he thought he would be able to sneak it just inside and missed his line by just enough to make it contact with the branch.
very good then to be underneath the basket and not
Correct. And not roll anywhere else.
Anywhere, yeah.
All right. I love this hole a lot. Hole 16, it's a pump. You're going to see the drone kind of fly I consider the best way of actually getting into the green, which is a backhand flex shot. You really want it to flex left of this tree. I don't know what kind of tree that is on the right side there. And then you want it to flex back into this gap. I think the gap is not unreasonably unfair, but tight enough to where if you hyzer early, you pinch yourself, but still can save it. I love this hole.
Yeah, this looks awesome. And I mentioned earlier how I don't love luck-based holes on longer shots. But on a shot like this, it gives you room to work, but then it also gives you a putt even if you do hit the tree. So, yeah, you're trying to miss that last tree, but even if you do hit it, you're putting.
You're circle two, giving yourself the reward of a putt.
Right.
And Jon is foregoing the effort, and he's just going to lay up with a forehand, which is common.
Interesting to me. It doesn't seem like that dangerous of a hole.
Where Aidan just went is towards the water by hole 5.
That makes sense.
And he almost killed a fisherman to do it.
Oh.
That was a fisherman walking by.
Okay.
And I don't know.
This looks perfect.
I don't know why. I'm going to sell a story here because it actually drove me up a wall.
Okay.
He followed us. I don't think intentionally necessarily, but when we played hole 5, he was there on the other side of the green. When we went to holes 10, 11, and 12, he was on that water fishing in that area. And then when we went back to this area, he's back in this area. And there's like a group with like 3 of them. They just kept going back and forth. I was like, guys,
please,
just
anywhere else.
Stay one spot so we can predict it. But again, I can't shout out the staff enough. They do an amazing job working with this university who really believes in designing a good course, which I love that. And then they do a great job of just managing. Like if there's a need, there's that core group of guys who show up and they take care of business. And those guys, the fishermen, were really never in play. That one incident was the only time they're, in my opinion, really in the way.
Cool.
And the staff was right there to handle it if it was a problem.
Awesome.
Like shout out to the staff taking care of business for the field here today.
I will say a well-run tournament. He almost made that off the tree, by the way.
That would have been nasty.
A well-run tournament, there's just nothing like it.
Oh, absolutely.
I've played a lot of really poor events, and you walk away from an event feeling frustrated even if you played well. Stuff like this, man, it's hard to be disappointed other than in your play. It looks great. The mulch is amazing. The course looks like it's been taken care of other than hole 15. I'm going to shout out 15.
No, that's been mowed. That's been clipped because otherwise it just brush on the ground.
You get something like this, though. Hole 17, 276, uphill. This is beautiful. It looks like there's been brush cleared on the left and the right.
Waiting for us to make this turn before you make any final decisions.
Okay. You got a couple trees to get through. I don't mind, like I mentioned earlier, the luck base early, it doesn't bother me on a shorter hole like this because it gives you the room to throw a slower disc and actually hit your line. That's a beautiful green.
That's
amazing.
A beautiful green. Yeah, elevated and fair, still approachable.
That is so uphill.
It's I want to say it's probably 140 feet uphill.
That is so unbelievable. Uphill. This doesn't. You would never. That's crazy.
This is Aidan's roller disc. His play is to go roller and try to hit the gap. And he missed the gap and gets a putt.
This is awesome.
And, I'll say there's a lot of things that finishing holes are underrated, in my opinion, in disc golf. And if you have three finishing holes, hole 16 is a reward birdie that you earn.
Right.
Hole 17 is a little more luck. But
oh, my goodness. Unless you're Taylor.
But Taylor hits the gap cleanly, so you can hit the gap. Yeah. So it's a rewarded shot as well. Every stroke here matters.
Yeah.
And if a tournament is tight coming down the stretch, I don't like watching events as much when it's like there's a billion OB and he's 6 feet from the basket but OB and he lost because of it. Versus this guy just threw perfect shot, and then was enough to win. Yeah. To see that down the stretch. And
100% agree.
We see Jon just put that on top of the hill like it was nothing.
This is a little bit of a scary putt uphill.
It's elevated without necessarily looking super elevated.
Right. that drop, you don't want to come back putt. And Aidan, he's making up strokes.
That's so gross.
He's making up strokes.
He's 5 down right now in the back 9, 12 down overall. He's tied with Jon, who's going to par this hole. And first of all, birdie from there. What just happened, Taylor?
Yeah, that's
got to be the closest birdie of the weekend. Not close.
That's unbelievable. I'll shout out 16, 17, the 2 hardest holes in the event. 16 is 0.27 over par. 17 is 0.08 over par.
And I don't think either of them are unreasonable.
No.
It's all about hitting a gap.
Yep.
And taking advantage of the putt.
Yep, I would agree.
Hole 18, 604. The first tee shot, you need to get up by this big tree or past it. That's the goal. You want to go right, in my opinion, because the road, that's not a road. What is that? Parking lot.
That is a parking lot.
Thank you. Holy smokes.
There.
This is cleared out, so there's no cars here.
Good.
You can play it for skips. If you play too fast, you can skip past the basket, and there's OB line next to that dirt road in the back. Or you can hit the grass past it and end up 30 short. So it's a good combination of technique and touch and distance control. The tee shot here, you can go backhand, forehand.
This is pimped.
And I love the roller play.
Yeah, it gets you out far enough right that you can choose to take the road skip if you want, or throw the air shot.
Far enough away from the trash can, we're safe.
Yep. If you didn't know, a trash can is part of a course, so it cannot be moved. Just like a bench, anything that's quote unquote permanent can't be moved.
I would call it as a permanent fixture of the course, not necessarily immovable.
Correct,
but it's designed to be part of the area.
Same thing with those flags there, as you noticed on the side of the road. If you were near that, you could not move that either.
This is that's fine. Up against the fence on the left side is not great, but you can still manage with someone's forehand prowess like Jon. He could manage that.
Yep.
But not what you necessarily want. GT's going to try to rip this right at my feet.
Right at you.
But just clips the grass there. And that is actually one of GT's, he talks about every time I film him. I try to get you today. Gonna have to be quicker than that. And
this is not good.
It's probably fast enough to get over it without the middle grass patch.
Too low.
Yep. And it's going to be OB. Although I won't lie, there's a couple of people who are watching at this point, a couple of like older divisions, and he walked up to Taylor's like, technically that's surrounded by grass.
Oh, and you're like...
Right, it's not surrounded by road. Like, it's in fact actually surrounded by road.
Just because I'm on an island in the middle of the water doesn't mean
That'd be a
safe.
Crazy rule if they made that. Like, that grass is
It'd be so funny. Because you'd get the guy that wins the tournament because of that.
Yeah.
It's just chaos.
This looks perfect.
Sit.
Swing. No, it doesn't swing. In circle, yeah.
Tough putt to end your round. 30-footer. But I will say on a hole like this, I really like this as a final hole because the low ceiling forces you to throw fast. And when you throw fast, stuff happens. And so, like Aidan here, nailed it.
I like this final stretch. These last 3 holes are good.
18 also played over par. Just a little bit. It was 0.06 over par. But
it plays way more than 604 because the initial tee shot is quite a bit uphill.
Yeah, you got to get off the tee well to have a chance to birdie, which seems to be a lot of the holes out here. But when you see a 600-foot par 4, you think to yourself, if I can get 350 off the tee, we'll be okay.
GT's putting struggles continue as he's unable to convert on that birdie opportunity. And it feels like his back 9, oh, dang. As much as it started off really well for him, it's just been like this last 6 holes, it's just been like it's close, but can't quite get a break.
For 13.
That's such a good score.
Yeah, that seems to be a pretty decent round, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't know what course record is out here. I would probably guess 15 if I had to like just venture one. I think if like the tour showed up, it'd probably get to be 16.
Yeah, someone would shoot a 16.
Yep, but 13 is so good.
Yep.
13 is just so good.
Yep, it's good enough to probably put him at the top.
Yeah, we're going to have to find out when we see a final standing. Jon, who had a fantastic start to his as well, kind of peters out in his momentum, and he's going to be 1 stroke back of Aidan. If you haven't already, consider liking this channel, subscribing.
Might as well, right?
We're so close to 10K right now.
Wow.
That's
so awesome.
Hey, there's the fisherman.
Yeah, there's the fisherman.
But look at the scores right here. 3 people in double digits, a bunch of people at that 8 down. That's the threshold between an okay round and a great round. And
as we move on to the second course, and I think I'm going to pronounce it wrong until I die on accident, Carlton. I don't know if it's Carlton or Carrollton. I can't ever get it straight. But that course will determine how this shakes up. That course is going to make a difference in this event.
Looking forward to it.
We're going to see you all, hopefully in round 2, in just a moment.
See you there.